Hello and welcome to a new episode of Review. Today we have two aircrafts in the episode, and that is of course because of the Euros, and this is the last episode that is based on football themed liveries. And we start off here with the box of the Airbus A340-600. We can see it's a limited edition, and we have the Fanhansa branding here and the Lufthansa branding as well. Now if you take a look at the backside, we can see we have a very nice image here of the aircraft. We have the original dimensions of the aircraft. It says once again that it's a limited edition, and that's about it for that. Then if you take a look at the Airbus A321-200, again here we have a nice image of the aircraft. We have the Fanhansa branding, the Lufthansa branding, and we can see that it's a limited extra edition, whatever that means. Now on the backside we have a very nice image of the aircraft again. We have the original dimensions and again a limited extra edition. So that's it for the boxes. Let's take a look inside. And here we are with the Airbus A340-600 and the Airbus A321-200 in the Fanhansa Special Livery Edition of Lufthansa. Now the whole Fanhansa concept was invented just up to the FIFA World Cup 2014 in Brazil, and at that time there were multiple aircrafts flying with the Fanhansa branding, including these two aircrafts, and of course also the legendary 747-8, which then later became the Siegerflieger. If you want to know more about that story, then just click on the card up here and you will get straight to it, where I've done a review of that aircraft. So after the FIFA World Cup, except for the 747, all Fanhansa aircrafts had removed their branding and brought back to the standard Lufthansa livery. However, Lufthansa brought back the Fanhansa branding, and for the Euros in France, they are actually flying now with a 737 in the Fanhansa colors. But let's take a closer look at our aircrafts here, and we're starting with the Airbus A321-200. And as always, we start with the tail section of the aircraft, and here we can see on the vertical stabilizer we have the iconic Lufthansa branding. On top of that we have the last two letters of the registration code. On the fuselage we have the full registration code, the German flag, and the addition of Lufthansa.com. Now if you move from the back of the aircraft to the front of the aircraft, we can see here along the fuselage the Fanhansa branding. Right under that we then have the aircraft type specification, the name of the aircraft, and of course the Lufthansa branding. Then we do of course also have the Star Alliance logo, and right under the cockpit windows we have the Lufthansa branding once more. Then if you take a look at the A here in Fanhansa, you can see that is slightly damaged. Now this is probably very specific for this aircraft. If you take a look at the other side, we can see the Fanhansa branding is completely fine, no problem whatsoever. So most likely if you buy this aircraft you won't have it, but there could be an indication that there's a little bit of a problem with the print here in this production. Now before we continue with the Airbus A321, let's take a quick look at the Airbus A340-600 in the Fanhansa colors. And we do of course also here start with the tail section of the aircraft, and if you take a look here on the vertical stabilizer we can see again the Lufthansa branding. On top of that we have the last two letters of the registration code. On the fuselage we do of course also have here the full registration code, the German flag, and the addition of Lufthansa.com. Now if we move from the back of the aircraft to the front of the aircraft, we can see again here along the fuselage the Fanhansa branding. Under that again we have the Lufthansa branding, the name of the aircraft, and the aircraft type specification. And next to the cockpit windows we do of course also have the Star Alliance branding, and right under them we have the Lufthansa branding once more. Now if we then take a look at the wings of the A340, then we can see here on the upper side how nicely detailed they are, and also if you take a look on the underside, that's very nicely detailed indeed. And since we are on the underside, we should also take a quick look at the landing gear, which looks very nice on this aircraft. And two more great details on the A340 are of course the engines, which look very nice, and then we do of course also have the doors to the cargo compartment, as we can see right here. Now let's jump back to the Airbus A321, and although it might be a bit difficult to see here on the wings, but the details here are actually also very good, and also on the underside, as we can see right here. And then we do of course also have the doors to the cargo compartments on the Airbus A321-200, as we can see it right here. So yeah, both aircraft are really nice looking indeed, and with the addition of the Fanhansa it just spices up a little bit the standard Lufthansa livery, and it has a nice story as well. So definitely two aircraft that are worth buying if you are looking for football related liveries in aviation and want to buy a model with that. Now the quality, the manufacturing part of the aircraft is excellent. The print quality is also very good. As you can see, there was really only one thing that stuck out a bit, and that was the Fanhansa branding on the Airbus A321, which was a little bit broken on the one side. But other than that, the print quality was excellent, and the manufacturing quality, so the aircraft itself, all the parts, very, very nicely made. And with that, we have reached the end of today's episode and the end of our little extra series of reviews based on football liveries due to the Euros in France. Now, if you have enjoyed this episode, feel free to leave a like, that would be very nice. Or if you're new around here, why not hit subscribe? That would be absolutely awesome. And with that, I would like to say thank you very much for watching. Hope to see you soon again. I'm checking out, and bye.